Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Steelers going up against the Seahawks. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Now a play fake here on first down. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 21 that time. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On first down, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And an alley to run. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run for the first time with Lacey. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his left. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack. If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Buying time to his left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Got outside of the tackle box, and sometimes that can be a recipe for disaster, but here it was not.
It's frustrating for guys on defense, too, because he got out to the left and then still delivered on the move with accuracy.
Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And we shift our attention to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger, Charles, a man who could become the next 50,000-yard passer in the coming season. Would have had his fifth 4,000-yard individual season last year if it wasn't for the couple of games he missed.
I think his consistency is something we have to start talking about, because we talk about being one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and there's really no doubt about that. But just him answering the bell year after year, putting up those kind of numbers, and leading one of the best offenses in the league. Also, remember Big Ben as a younger quarterback, moving out of the pocket, taking the hit, shrugging them off? Now he's staying in the pocket and winning from there more and more, and I think that's going to enhance his career going forward.
Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes him back to where they started. 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger finding time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. On now the Steelers' second-year punter. This is Australian-born Jordan Berry. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Now it's Lockett. Look at the spin. Balance. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacy. Uses the stiff arm. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 2nd down, Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Luke Wilson from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Pardon the rim to the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. To get a hand in and tip it away.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Lockett. A beautiful fake. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. That is caught inside the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Great protection. He's set. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, you know, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers. Charles, what did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, well, you can make bigger plays downfield.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Tyler Lockett now with a return. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, here's Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. He's got time in the pocket, and he's going to go down. Couldn't. You seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's a Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. All right, here we go. 3rd quarter action now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of down. Roethlisberger on first down. James has got it. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Throw complete there. Rodgers. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now Wilson on 1st down. A dump off to Lacy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
2nd down now after the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. He'll buy some time right. And some space here. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
Connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be looking for Baldwin. Intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner. Joe Hayden with it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special...
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. On second down, it's Bell. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. That'll bring up second down. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And quickly they get to the line. Now a first down carry. It's Lacy. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there on the run. 32 yards. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Mobility is often a good thing for a quarterback. Rarely do you think it's a bad thing. Getting outside of the pocket often breaks down defenses, but you still have to set and throw.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't lose your mechanics even though you're outside the pocket.
And there with the pressure coming, that made that extra tough. In the slot on the right is Graham. Here's Wilson to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Wilson wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Here's Wilson. Catch made right side by Wilson. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Wilson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden, with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They'll come out in the pistol. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing now is Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup, and the Steelers are going to have a first down. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.